Nethos is the first gaming platform where players can create, play, earn money, and own their games, all built on Bitcoin. It uses smart technology like AI and decentralized networks to let gamers sell unused internet bandwidth, design their own games, trade in game items, and build strong communities. In this episode, Next Gen Vision sits down with Shashank to discuss how Nethos is redefining what's possible in gaming and creating new opportunities for players around the world.
So I'm sitting with Shashank, who is the founder and CEO of Nethos, which is a layer 2 on Bitcoin focused on gaming. Welcome to the podcast, Shashank.
Thank you very much, Tahir. Thank you for inviting me.
So to start off with, why build a layer 2 on Bitcoin focused on gaming? Is there what is the edge here or the need?
Well, if you compare with the other chains which is already in the market, for example, Immutable X, it's top 50 project, and it's about $4 billion right now. All the liquidity from Ethereum, it's now coming directly to gaming, and this project is just sandboxing all the innovation in the Web3 gaming sector, right? So Ethereum is the second biggest, and Bitcoin has more liquidity, and Bitcoin needs more use cases as well in order for it to expand in public in more retail use case. So it's one of the use cases. The most major use case is gaming, and if we're able to tap that liquidity, and also being the most secure chain in the history, that's another thing. But from the liquidity perspective, Bitcoin needs an ecosystem for gaming, right? So that games can be built, and the data has been etched on the chain. And so it's just the transformation of the industry, I would say. It's just going through, as you know, right now, stacks, rootstock, there is many other layer 2s which is coming into the play right now. Before, it wasn't really possible to do a layer 2 on Bitcoin, but with the new tech stacks, just as ICP is providing chain fusion and ZK rollups, kind of possible. So yeah, it's Bitcoiner's dream. Almost the Bitcoiner's dream.
Bitcoin needs more use cases. Now, I'm just going to take the stance of a Bitcoin maxi who says, Bitcoin is digital gold. It's supposed to be a hedge against inflation, against the dollar, against government control as a monetary sense, like digital gold. What would you say to that? Why do you need to have gaming on Bitcoin?
Well, again, the goal of a Bitcoin maxi in the end of the day is also if Bitcoin can be used in many ways. I'm a Bitcoin maxi by myself as well. So I am taking into consideration the things which they are worried about, which is that we don't want to clock the whole chain with the random data and all that stuff. So we're designing in a way that we do not interrupt any of these things. And also at the same time, what our goal is basically that we are able to get more eyes on the from the retail use, that the people started to see Bitcoin more, get its more use cases, and gaming just totally makes sense that it's one of the biggest sectors in the Web3 gaming and in world in general. So taking that into Bitcoin, it's just a natural pathway of evolution.
What are the challenges now of trying to build a gaming ecosystem on Bitcoin versus Solana or Ethereum?
Well, you got to engineer everything from scratch, right? So there is nothing pre-built. There is nobody has there's no ecosystem around it. There is no jargon you can read about. It's just tech people trying to figure it out, what tools is available, and trying to put them together. So I wouldn't say it's a challenge. It's actually fun. So you can pave your own path. You can create your own this is how stuff is going to be for the later people who are going to join the industry. So yeah, it's not really a roadblock. Yeah.
Okay. So I was looking at your website, and I saw that you have a text to game feature. Can you explain what exactly text to game?
That's our flagship product. This is what I'm most excited about, which we are currently building as well. So basically, it's that, as the name says, it's a text to game generator. It's a sort of he also likes to laugh about it. It's chat game GPT. So you basically type in and you tell them commands. You tell them like what you want to customize. For example, what we're experimenting today with a Pac-Man game. So you text it, create me a Pac-Man game. It will do it for you. Tell them like how many levels and things you need in it. It will also customize it for you. Then you tell them like, okay, make Pac-Man Michael Saylor, and the bulls is chasing is Bitcoin, right? So that's the game. So it's your own game, and then we are providing it on Telegram, so you can call it anytime. You can run ads on those games, and yeah, just a model that you create your own game, and then you can make it popular and make money on it. So that's the whole
right game for yourself, essentially.
yeah, you can create a customized game for you. For right now, it's the limited capability. Like we can do not too many games right now, but as the ecosystem grows, as our LLM becomes more smarter with more data, which we fetch, you'll be able to do any type of game with your own imagination. Any hyper realistic games. Even that's the goal, basically, right? So that's what we want to achieve with that. More you can build like games like Call of Duty with all things set through your through text.
You can like design skins for games as well. You get kind of goals. How long would it take to build out something like that? Let's say like we used to like I don't know if you know World of Warcraft. Do we used to play that a lot? At what point can I like start creating my own maps or a World of Warcraft version that I can play with my friends that would be like, okay, I wanted to have this backdrop. I want the heroes to do something like this.
Yeah, as I said, like now we're starting in Q1, Q2, we will launch our first product within 3 to 4 months. If we see like a good growth in it, that's very possible. It's just we have the solution already. We don't have the money yet. So if we have money and resources, that's not a big deal. That's really not like, it's not like I would say engineering marvel. Like wow, we accomplished that, right? It's really,
Yeah.
shouldn't be that hard. Yeah.
Okay. And then you have like a mobile deepen network and people can use their phones as validators and monetize while playing. Can you explain a little bit about how that works?
So basically, in the first version of it, we are simply selling your bandwidth. So your gigs in your phone, unused gigs, unused bandwidth. When you're playing the game, basically, when you're playing the game, we are just selling it to the third party, and we're giving you back the money, whatever we make. Of course, we're gonna charge a little piece on that, but majority of the money will be for you. So you create a game, you play games on Nethos network, on Nethos mobile app. In the background, we are, of course, with your consent, we are selling your bandwidth and giving you money on the basis of that. Also, if you have your own game, you are running ads. That's how you make money as well. And there will be a marketplace for all of these games as well, and marketplace for games, assets, different assets you create, so you can sell it to the wider public as tokens. So there's multiple ways that anybody who would like to get into the ecosystem can make money with it by providing actual value using AI and blockchain technology.
If you have now everyone creating their own games, how big can a community for a single game get if it's that easy to make like a game myself? Like, wouldn't you need buy-in from a lot of people into a single game to make that game kind of bigger and more successful?
Well, we were just providing the tools, right? So if it's the similar question when analog music and then digital music started to come out, right? So digital music, then it just exploded. Not every music is good, right? Not everybody is great at it. So it's just we are the tool givers. You use it, you make it better. The goal is for you in the end is that you're gonna make good amount of money. If you make it popular, you make it good. So yeah, that will come with the community. How many interested people we get on board, smart people who understand where it is going and making use of it.
How are you getting people into it? Because I know you've got the testnet launch coming up in Q4. Well, now we're in.
We're gonna postpone that. So right now we are focusing on getting this app out. So standard ways we are marketing it. So getting like first 5,000 views once we are just captures for the time being, and once we also claim the threshold for a sizable amount, then we will launch our chain. So those people who are using our app, they know what we are doing, etc. They're part of the community, and then we allow them to get into the chain business as well. Then they can build another dApps on top of the layer 2. They can do any type of innovation they want. So again, we are just providing tools.
Yeah. Bitcoin's been on quite a rally lately. Do you see a lot of people kind of getting interested in the Bitcoin ecosystem when it's running versus when it's like not doing that well? Or is it kind of there's always just this demand for more to be done on Bitcoin?
As I said to you earlier, I mean, it's just the transition period going on in my understanding. It's just the evolution of the ecosystem going on. Of course, Bitcoin makes charge. Everybody starts talking about it. More people wants to join in, get into Bitcoin, and they see other alternatives, what's going on into the market as well. So yeah, they are correlated in a sense, but at the same time, it's an innovation to promote Bitcoin, to make use of Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is not in the stage right now that it just needs anybody's introduction. Like, okay, it has to be called out. Like, okay, it's not going to sustain for long. It just crossed 100K. It's going to stay. It's going to be here. Of course, if the quantum chips didn't break it out, the encryption, then that would be another case. Then the world ends basically. That's right. So Bitcoin is the last thing you need to think about if that stuff is possible. But yeah, no, it's correlated, yes, but not really affecting the innovation. Like for early adopters, let's say, if you see what we're trying to do, it's just a no-brainer, like, right? So it's we're building these assets, you're providing this no code game generator, and all the assets should go on Bitcoin, like in the as a settlement layer. So just for me, it's a no-brainer. Yeah.
Okay. And how will interoperability work with Nethos in terms of with, let's say, EVM compatibility? Are you guys thinking about that?
Yes. So but in the later stage, the app will act as the node as well. So it will any device, mobile phones or computers, wherever you are generating these games or playing these games, will act as a node. So you will be part of the network. So that's the first consensus layer, and then we patch it up all the transactions, and we will put it up on Bitcoin layer, the main layer. So all of the transactions or whatever happened through that. So this double interoperable system. It's secured by our own set of nodes, and plus it's going to be secured on the Bitcoin layer. So it's two ways. It's more secure, I would say.
How long will it take for your node set to become more decentralized? Because I imagine at the moment it's probably very centralized because it's not actually live. Like, what do you like? How long until it's, let's say, a trustless decentralized network?
It all depends upon how the app picks up, how many people plays it. So that's our hook, basically, right? So uh, it's a useful application. At the same time, you are also providing security to the network. So once people just start using it, playing it, you're more sharing it, right? So we have a critical mass of. We're predicting, like, if you see these little games on App Store, they have the biggest threshold, like downloads, right? It's like hundreds of 200 million downloads. So just imagine if we got even like 500,000 of these downloads, and these are all nodes at the same time. It becomes one of the biggest network out there. So the scaling part of this is huge, and yeah, from the gaming angle, that's why we targeted the smaller games at the moment, because that's the most played, right? Everybody likes to play silly small games, right? That's the Voodoo games, if you know. That's the biggest game studio out there, and yeah, and their whole thesis is about small mini games. So um, uh, it's from their perspective, we can become decentralized once our app is running.
Okay, that's exciting. And the integration of AI, is that just going to be that the AI will help kind of figure out what your text to game should be and what you're looking for, or is there more to it?
Yes, I mean, in the my vision is that whatever you want to do in the chain business should be with text. Eventually, it's going to happen anyway. Whatever smart contracts, whatever things you want to do, you can brainstorm with this person with AI, and it will be able to give you out the output. But for the in the beginning, yes, small standard games, customization. When we hear out, then once we launch it, we have some people playing with it, get feedback from them. How would they like to see it? The future of it, how they want it to, So because they are going to play, right? So that's very critical for us that we take the feedback from them and basically, implement that and to make the product much more better. So in the beginning, as I said, like small games.
Okay, I'm excited to see how it progresses. I know you've also got or you work for a project where you're tokenizing real estate. Do you want to talk about that for a little bit? Can you tell me about that project?
Sure. It was back in 2018. It was so-called security
Like,
tokens.
sounds like you've been in the crypto space since what, 2015, right? Being quiet.
Yes. Yeah, I bought my first Bitcoin at the time. Yeah, I bought my Bitcoin and I sold with $50 profit. I was quite happy.
Price was that?
I think it was $360 something as around 2015, 14. But yeah, I was so happy, man. It was like one of the I've been a jackpot. I was a student, so the you get a little money out.
What did you do with your $50 profit?
Blew it up. It's been knows I was nothing, but it just got me into the space quite much. I had a computer's degree before, so I was just trying to connect like how we can use it for other applications. So Ethereum just came out at the time, and my family is in real estate. So and the biggest problem around 2016, 17, people were talking about like there's no intrinsic value. Still, people talk about it, say about Bitcoin, right, or crypto. There is no what's the underlying value of crypto, like what's the back. Now it's I can explain it differently, but back in time I was thinking about like the bricks should be the value, right? The bricks should be the token. So that's the problem is there. My father, for example, he gets hard time raising money from investors, and me as like an investor, I don't find good properties at the same time, right? So, and the process is so cumbersome. It's so hard to own a property, right? Like you got to go through notaries, banks, all that stuff. I was like, why don't you just buy this token just like you buy a T-shirt on Amazon, right? Like what it just represents the value of that. And then I moved to Belgium. I did a master's program in innovation and entrepreneurship. I was, and I just felt that in my school, and had being the earliest at the time. If I'm pitching to anybody, that was like, "Fuck, are you talking about? It's not possible." Mumbo jumbo, uh, but eventually it just started to pick up at the time, and Luxembourg introduced a bill at the time for recognizing securities as tokens as securities. So I moved to Luxembourg, created a company here, worked a bit, tokenized the product, built the product, and the extended vision was to create a layer one just for real estate innovation, nothing else. There was just a layer which I think should be the case. Now, I think Mantra and all, they're just like taking it as a pool for the real world assets, but I think there should be a dedicated layer out there for real estate innovation only. And this was the plan. But now, for some people's.
Okay, I think the real estate is such a difficult one to break into because I mean the regulatory side is only like you could be the one to pioneer it and do it first, but then you're just going to be fighting regulation for your whole life, like and you don't know if it'll come to fruition, and there's just so many issues with it. Yeah, if you make it work, I'm sure like the opportunity is huge, but like it just I get like dollars and treasuries, like that side of it, tokenizing those real world assets makes sense. But then properties are so specific and they're all unique that this just seems like a more difficult thing to do, rather like focus on the dollars and start working your way to the more unique side of real world assets.
Well, yes. Real estate, I think it will be the trickiest to get on chain because there is so much stakeholders which are getting affected with this, which has a stronghold in the governments and the communities. The notaries are like they run most of the thing, in here. You can't just like eliminate them, just like, oh, we get out, you don't need you anymore. It's that part. Then there is brokers. Then there's in other than just like removing them, if we can get them incorporated into the ecosystem, that they are useful and they kind of benefit from this system, then I think it can work. But otherwise, tech is not the problem. It's really standard. We don't need much to build this tech. This is a layer, just a EVM layer, right? There is nothing cool. The smart contracts are standard as well. You can do some innovation. Ask an AI, it will just give you a good contract terms on that. That's also easy. But the main part is how you're gonna get the people ready on the ground, the society. The society has to adopt it, see it, then find ways to be. Probably Dubai will do it. I think Dubai might.
On that, with Trump taking office now in Jan, what do you think is going to happen in terms of more people being open to it, because Trump is so vocally positive about crypto and its applications?
He is very like, I think got a good amount of money from the Bitcoiners as well. So he's just like pumping it. But I don't really think he clearly understands, and that's the only focus of him.
I can't really understand that. But I mean, like, he's going to make legislation and regulations easier on companies starting, right? So if you're a crypto company, it's better to be in America now and grow your business as opposed to everyone before just wanting to leave America. Like, if he wants to make America the crypto hub of the world or whatever, at least then people are innovating there, where the whole world generally follows what America does. So at least there's innovation happening there that we can kind of follow from.
Yeah, certainly. I think changing the regulations and becoming a little bit more lenient on crypto, not just seeing it as a scam, but there's innovation on that, can mitigate scams as well, right? Like, if there is right regulation, like I didn't saw anybody in the entire crypto world that is not calling for right regulations just to avoid scams. They don't want general people don't want people to get scammed, right? They just want this innovation to help people. That's the whole goal of it. At least my goal of it. So if the regulations is slowed down, there's the crypto people, the crypto enthusiasts, they are in the market, in the space. Certainly going to help. And America obviously is the biggest juggernaut of media. The world moves with it. Whatever it does, it echoes everywhere. So yeah, I think the great times are coming into the crypto. Crypto just crossed its milestone. It's not a fad anymore. It's thing. And now everybody's taking seriously now. And nobody was in 18, 19, 20 even, like with the NFT boom and everything. People started to take a look at it, but now it just crossed all the paths. Everybody's in. Now this is going to be developed all together by all of the countries, all of the people who are interested in it.
Yeah. Before you go, what like 3 parts of crypto, because it's so broad, like what 3 specific sectors or industries do you think are gonna see a huge boom in 2025? Not just a speculation boom, I mean like an actual use case. The world is going to get better because of it.
That's a very good question. Well, I'm very interested in. The first is, I don't know if it's going to make the world better, but it's going to make the world more entertained with the games, right? So that's like, I think entertaining them also helping a lot at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The gaming would be one of the biggest, I guess. Then DeFi is certainly it should be there. Like the capital raising through decentralized ways and utilizing it for research work is just wonderful. That's what we should be doing. And then I would say, well, I wouldn't say meme coins, but I kind of like them as well at the same time. This is a culture
Yeah,
of crypto,
yeah.
but I'm nothing against them.
Community is like becoming the biggest thing. Everyone with religion being a less prominent thing in the world, people are kind of looking for that sense of community again. And I guess meme coins can be that, but
Yeah.
only like meme coins are like selling you the dream that we're all gonna make it. I feel like once that dream isn't a reality anymore, or like people stop believing it, then that community will also dissipate. I don't know.
Put it in any ways.
You can put together in any ways. But for me, I think it's quite it's a very good media trick, right? I mean, you just get people excited, all of them, and they start talking about meme coins, and any news is good news. You know, it's just not. I know people just hate meme coins, like people are just losing money, but at the same time, people are making money as well. You know, there's people are also talking about crypto and blockchain world just because of meme coins, right? Some random guy wouldn't give a shit about it before, like okay, Bitcoin or whatever. Now he's just here like, okay, my favorite meme is it's like pumping up. Wow, it's crazy. How does this thing works? So that's the first hook. So however you populate the news out there and make people interested in knowing into the innovation, it's a good thing. Of course, the cost of it's bad. It ruins people lives. You know, people just throw all of their money in, but that's the teach and racing, right? That's the teach and behavior. So don't do that. Just be part of it. Just love the game. Just have fun. You know, that's the whole ethos of the blockchain industry. Yeah. AI certainly the decentralized AI. I think that will be the biggest, one of the biggest game changers in the industry.
So, for anyone who's interested in Nethos and wants to find out more about it, how can they get in touch or learn about you guys?
They can go to our Twitter. So it's Nethos Network. And if you want to reach out to me, my handle is Meta Jackie Chan. That's my cyber name, Meta Jackie Chan. So yeah, DM me anytime or DM on our Nethos Network. We available. We always answer. If you want to have specific queries, yeah, feel free.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your time, Shashank. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Tahir. Thank you. Have a good day.